Is everybody in? Is everybody in? The show is about to begin.
Welcome to the podcast, concerts that made us, interviews and stories, tales from the bus. We love taking you back to when it all went down, the greatest live shows and the cheering crowd sound. It's concerts that made us, concertsthatmadeus.com.
Hi, I'm Charlie.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Andre.
And we're from Keep Guessing. And you're watching Concerts That Made Us.
Catch me because I'm falling. Is there anyone out there? Listen to me calling and see
Charlie, Sean, and Andre, you're all very welcome to Concerts That Made Us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, you recently released your debut album, Digital Dust Side A. Charlie, after so many years in the industry, why was now the right time to release it?
Well, that's everybody's asking me. So it was always, when is the right time? And we keep waiting for the right time. It's never the right time. So we decided, I'm not waiting any longer. It's about time now. And I met a great producer that is willing to guide me and do this album. So we were happy to proceed with that. And that was now. See.
I like it. I like it. You and the producer, Robin Walsh, you had over 100 songs that you had to whittle down. How did you approach, because obviously there's obviously some favorites you couldn't put in, I'd imagine.
There were a lot of favorites I couldn't put in. So what actually happened is I met up with Robin one Saturday and we went briefly through some of the songs and styles. Then he asked me to record all the songs just on my cell phone and my guitar. Raw as anything, and he spent about 2 months listening to those songs. Then he said, he knows what I'm about. We're not going to do, let's start now isolating the songs. And we started by me choosing my favorites, ones he wanted to choose. Then he also asked me, which were crowd pleasers. And we got down to about 50 songs. And there came the hard work to isolate what songs will work with which album, etc. And we eventually got it down to 19 songs, which was still too much. So then he introduced the idea, why don't we just make 2 albums? Because it's the same thing. And that's why we got Digital Dust Side A, and the next album will be Digital Dust Side B, which is really complete. It'll be released in December.
Nice. Was there any challenges or, memorable moments that popped up during recording and production?
Well, one of the best memories was when he complimented my singing, because nobody compliments my singing. He was, wow, listen to this tone. I was like, which tone? Look, Sean is laughing because he knows.
No one ever compliments his singing, ever.
But actually, Sean, the last month I've been getting a lot of that, surprisingly. And then the other one was when there were the other musicians in the studios, they were listening to the guitar work for one of the songs, and they were so impressed by it. It was basic, but they were like, no session musician could copy that. This has to just be somebody with passion. And that was really a great moment for me. That outsiders, top musicians actually appreciated that. And for me, that meant a lot.
Yeah, I could imagine. One song in particular I'd love to dive deeper into is Charlie No Face. It comes from a bit of an urban legend. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, so the first thing is when we're gigging, I have to tell everybody it's not about me, because everybody thinks it's about me making some fun. But what actually happened is I had a riff. On my phone, I've got a lot of riffs that I saved for future songs I'm going to write. And I was actually Googling for some data sheets, and I came across these urban legends that are true. And I was just sifting through those. And I came across this Charlie No Face, which was a young boy that was electrocuted. His face was distorted. And that urban legend is that guy with a hoodie and he never sees his face and walks alone at night. Was based on him. Basically, he used to walk at night because of his scarred face. And everybody wanted to go see him, this like ghostly figure. It became quite a legend in the 30s. And the song transpired and fitted for that. And so that's what I wrote it about and tried to base it on some of the facts that was there, as well as, make it musically sound quite good.
Right. Now, Andre recently joined the band as the bassist. How has that impacted the dynamic within the band?
Well, firstly, when you got a bass and you never had a bass, it's a lot different. I have to confront 2 people, not just Sean anymore. The dynamics is quite good because you can really add a lot of atmosphere and vibe to a lot of the music, especially on the live set. And when he's got his cool hat, he's not wearing tonight. It's actually even better. So, and he does add a dynamic as in a feel of a song, because sometimes, if you left just the guitar to do all the talking, if you want to put it like that, the bass can do some of it, and Sean can always fill in with his drums, which is not too shy to do.
It does also mean that I have to play in time properly, because when I go out of time, it's easy when there's just a guitarist, but when there's a bassist and a guitarist, it's a bit more tricky. So thanks, Andre. That's changed.
Oh, sorry, bro. You've got to make your life tough somehow.
And Andre, how are you finding your feet within the band?
Look, I'm still getting to know a lot of the songs. It's because Charlie's just dumped a whole lot of new stuff as well onto me, and it's like, whoa, a bit overwhelming sometimes to try and learn and remember them all and get the grooves and remember the grooves. But as I become more familiar with the songs, I'm really finding nice little things that I'm wanting to do with the bass that I feel that complement the songs. And so far, so good. Charlie hasn't kicked me out, and as long as I keep wearing my hat, I'm apparently secure the place in the band. It also helps that I'm cheap. I only get paid 2 beers a gig.
Not bad, not bad. Will there be a band meeting after this interview now because he didn't wear his hat?
Disciplinary hearing, never mind.
Yeah. There's going to be a face-to-face session on the weekend. This is punishment worthy,
I'm going to
really.
be beaten.
It's not one of these hats, it's another hat.
Speaking of which,
I wasn't briefed that I had to wear my hat, so
it's their fault, so it's their fault.
Standard rule, you know
it. Speaking of which, the hat says "Keep Guessing." The name of the band, where does it come from?
All right, so Sean and I go back quite a way. And we used to go under the band called Hemisphere. Then we were Radio Unfriendly. And then we were looking, because we were doing a lot more acoustic stuff and more rhythmic stuff. And we had no idea what to call ourselves. And people kept asking me, so when are we going to do the album? When are we going to play live? When are we going to do this? And I one day told my daughter, well, just keep guessing. And I called Sean and said, I think I got the name for the band. Keep guessing. Which also prompts me, Sean's not there. Is he going to show up? I said, keep guessing. Is the bassist going to be there? Is somebody going to step in for me? Who's actually going to be in the band? And it's kind of just stuck with us, keep guessing.
It's a good one. It's a good one. And how have the tracks been going down live? Have you had a chance to play them live yet?
Well, the few songs like Charlie No Face actually goes down very well. Catch Me goes down very, very well. We're just busy, recouping the band. We're getting another guitarist in as well, because the gigs are going to get bigger and better now, and we're going to get for the bigger gigs. But so far, we always do kind of well. We've got a great a live vibe, so we always get a response, and people do like the songs and contribute. I mean, the last time the people were even singing with us, and we were all like, wow, feeling like really stars.
That was new. That was unanticipated, and it never happened.
It made me stumble cool when it does. Like, what?
Speaking of gigs, the show is called Concerts That Made Us, so I have to ask you some concert-related questions, if you don't mind. First off, I'll start off easy. As a concert goer, what concerts have made you?
Okay, well, Chili Peppers did it for me. That was a concert I really enjoyed. Stuff. Sean, I don't know. Have you been to a concert?
I wanted to say Spice Girls when I was in high school, because that was just mind blowing.
Did you see them?
Yeah, they came and did a random concert in Joburg. It's part of a Two Oceans thing. There was much better bands.
I'm kind of sorry I missed that one.
Yeah,
I think for me it was probably Rodriguez when he came out the first time to South Africa.
That's correct. It was also mind blowing.
Yeah, and I mean, you kind of listen to this guy. Everyone thought he was dead, and there was all the myth around him that caught on fire on stage and stuff. And then you're watching him, and I think what was interesting was there wasn't much to it, but it was amazing.
It was
just
really amazing.
Him play. Like, it's just no pyro, no like crazy stuff. It's just an authentic dude playing great tunes, and I was like, wow, that's music, man. That and then of that, I don't mind the pyro. I think Rammstein is probably the other one, because it's the total opposite. That's full on showmanship, but. So yeah, 2 concerts that have made it for me: the Rodriguez and then Rammstein, I think.
Well, 3 if you mention Spice Girls.
Oh, 3. Okay, I'll give it to them. Yeah,
Spice Girls was his favorite. The other 2 are there.
Yeah, definitely. And Andrea, what about you?
Oh my gosh, Chili Peppers is definitely one, but I think earlier than that was what really blew me away as a concert was Tina Turner when she came to South Africa. I mean, I wasn't a big fan. I went along basically because my girlfriend wanted to see it or see Tina play, and I thought, okay, cool, I'll go along or whatever. And I was blown away. I mean, that was proper performing going on there. It really took my mind to a different level and blew me away entirely. And then, yeah, I mean, Chili Peppers, as I said, Rammstein when they were here were great as well. But yeah, that's it. And then, of course, the local bands. A lot of the local bands that I've followed and stuff over time also always inspired me.
Like keep guessing.
Before
he was in the band.
I'm going to be careful what I say, eh?
I'm glad you mentioned local bands, because what's your thoughts on the local scene? Do you view it as lots of competition, or what way is it?
Presently, I think that there's quite a few bands playing at the moment, but the local scene is kind of coming alive again because, COVID put everything down worldwide, I think. And over here, there hasn't been many venues actually filling up and people going out until like recently when we started seeing a bit more venues filling up and stuff. Even we've been playing to empty venues, but Sean and I are quite used to that. But I think it's slowly coming back together because the more seeing advertisements and stuff going around, it is picking up a little bit. And we hope it is going to get a lot better. Competition, there's lots of competition. So that's never going to change. Everybody's got their dream and they're going to fight for it.
Very true. Very true. I suppose as well, when there's competition, it kind of pushes you to go harder as well.
Oh, yes, harder and become better at what we do. And that's exactly what we're going to work on now, because we've been, I wouldn't say plodding along, but we've been going out, and Sean and I really enjoyed the journey so far. But now it's definitely going to next level. And there's going to be some hard work till December, and there's going to be a lot of big gigs. And Sean is hoping that at least they're going to have 10 fans out there this time.
Maybe
Andre, your head will bring in 30 people just by itself.
I think just to add to the competition, I mean, we probably should do a shout out because I think there's a lot of camaraderie in the music scene as well, which is pretty cool. We there's regulars that we jam with, and both kind of jamming in the studio and in the garage, but also on stage and that. So there's quite a nice collective scene, and the more musicians we get to know, it's not a hostile environment by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's really, there's quite a good camaraderie around music, and I think it is because it's also it has been such a low-key environment for so long that everyone's just like quite happy to have other people to jam with. So yeah, I think that there's a bit of a flip side there as well that's been quite nice.
I agree with you, Sean. I do agree with
found my hat.
Did you find your hat? All right.
I thought I was in the car. It was actually lying at the back here. So.
Okay,
Listen,
punishment's off.
Me the gig.
Right, Charlie, we'll cancel the disciplinary.
Okay, we can be after it.
That's one hell of a hat.
Yeah, thank you. It's the reason why I'm in the band.
That's the
Not
only
because
reason.
of how I play.
And the moment we're all waiting for any listeners or viewers that haven't caught one of your shows, what are they like? Give us the full experience if you can.
All right, so I mean, we were kind of low-keyed until now, and now we're working on fully fledged sets of an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and depending on the gig that we have to do, if it's a support band or we're going to be the main gig. So the main band, the biggest part of us is vibe. So the song's obviously attractive, has to be attractive, as nobody will come. But the vibe you see now is very much on stage, it's very much off stage, it's very much wherever you see us. This is what we're about. We want to be good, we want to be great, but we never want to stop having fun. When we stop having fun, we actually don't want to do it anymore. Stuff. So this is a great fun. Whoever joins us or plays with us has to fit into that key. Sean's been there 1,000 years. Try to fire him. He just kept coming back.
Nobody else will have him.
Yeah.
I think also just I think with the album, it's there's a very different. We're very different live. I think there's a lot more energy, and it's. I mean, take "Catch Me" for example. On "Catch Me" on the album is a very slow kind of half time, half measure song. on stage, unfortunately, they have to keep up with me, and that's always the thing. But we really belt that one out. I mean, it's a totally different, people singing along to Catch Me on stage is a very different thing to people listening to it as a fairly polished song on the album, which I like because it's a whole, we're kind of moving to this whole different space where we've got the nice album that's really neat and polished and brings out kind of a lot of the musicianship and stuff, and then on stage is a lot of the energy and the vibe and the kind of putting it out there and getting people to shake their heads and hopefully in the right way, not the wrong way.
Well, it kind of does come alive on stage. It does come alive on stage, Sean. You're right. And there's a whole vibe, an exciting vibe about all the songs on stage, the stuff that we portray and bring across. And it's not purposely done. It's just the way we are.
I can't really play slowly, so...
You're the way Sean drums.
What was done in the studio is kind of mechanical. What's done on stage is reliant on me being able to play slowly, which doesn't happen. So,
have you tried a metronome or a click track to try slow down?
Yeah. For like 20 years, failed. Man.
He failed. He failed.
Oh man. And if you guys, I'm looking forward to these stories now. If you think of all the gigs you've played over the years, is there one that sits above the rest? It just couldn't have gone any better.
Well, Sean, maybe you can agree with me. Yeah, there's two actually, but Six Pack goes great.
Yeah. Okay, Six for sure.
We were booked a whole year, the first Friday of every month. For a whole year. I think they regretted it like hell. We started there what we call the fuck you dedication box. So what happens, people are angry, they could put in this box what they want to real stage where they say, you know what time it is? It's the fuck you dedication time. So the very first time Sean and I had to put in our own. The next time was overflowing. We actually had to read all the things. And they presented it, the whole crowd was shut, fuck you, and stuff. And we had a whole gig. But we got paid, which was our first paying gig, but we drank it out the same night. So we never had money left over and stuff. And then
you have the memories though.
Very much.
Those
so.
are also fairly blurry to be quite honest.
We remember till 8 a.m. 8 p.m. Sorry. Yes.
Well, what was the second one, Charlie?
Oh, there's Bohemians when there was the Sailor guy. Then there was Roxy's Rhythm Bar. When we were told to stop swearing on stage, but then a week later they asked us to come back. Stuff. So, at Bohemians, which was like Sean's local place, we only used to play at about 11 p.m., 12 p.m. Needless to say, we had plenty of beer by then. And there was once this band playing, and they were really good and polished. And there was this guitarist that was good, and he was dressed in a sailor suit, was part of the kit. And I wanted to compliment him. I told him, he really plays well. But that evening, Sean and I, the crowd loved us. And he came across when I said, no, you're really good. He thought I was being arrogant, like trying to downplay him. And he stormed off and he walked away. We just we tried to be nice and they were angry with us. But that was it. And of one of the albums, we got even one of the photos for the albums. Remember, Sean, with the doors in the background?
Yeah.
Sean, I could tell you hours and hours of gig stories, that's for sure.
I think just one that because we can name drop is the Witz Street Party.
Oh yes.
So Polytones was playing the main stage. Polytones, fairly big band, and we thought, and we were playing literally the same time as the Polytones, and we thought, this is going to just be rubbish. I mean, who's going to come and listen to us? Who basically we were kind of like a heavy metal rock vibe at that point. We got named many other things and we swore a lot and it was really like a crazy show. And we thought, this is just going to be us playing to an empty room. And we packed the place out. It was insane. And I think it was purely just because the street party was so full that people were just finding anywhere that they can go and booze and go crazy. And we had people, I mean, they were on the bar. Some guy came and sat beside me playing the drums. It was just random craziness.
They actually had to stop it eventually because everybody's jumping onto the stage and take off their tops.
Apparently it was not
but only
allowed.
the guys were taking off the tops, not the girls. On the counters, and they eventually had to stop. They had to stop us playing. and we'll just take a credit that we were that good.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. And Andre, what about you? What's the best gig you've ever played?
I think the most fun that I had so far playing with Charlie and Sean was at a local place that we've got called Bailey's. They invited us to come and play there. And yeah, it was fairly nice stage, nice lighting, nice setup. And yeah, we had a good time. Crowd were quite responsive. As a matter of fact, if I recall back then, I think we got the best response from the audience in comparison to the other bands. But I think it's just that camaraderie and nonsense that we have on the stage where if Charlie makes a mistake, he'll look at me and say, "Oh, the bassist played the wrong note." And we just have fun with it.
I blame them. I never take it.
and I just want to remind us that we all got the most horrible flu on the planet after the Baileys.
Yeah, this is also true.
Yes,
somebody was very sick and they gave it to all of us. But yeah, I mean, I've only been playing with Charlie and them for a couple of months now, 3-4 months.
Yeah, so the way Andre came aboard, we kind of do this live set for the YouTube channel. It's called The Series Of. And we normally have like a guest artist to play with us. And we asked Andre to play a few songs with us. But he kind of fitted in. We asked him to play again. They were desperate for a bassist. Choking him. You were good enough.
You just want my hat.
Yeah. It helped that he wore a cool hat to the film.
And he kind of just fitted in all the time. So, and here he is now. Nice hat.
Oh, now we've heard the good. We have to hear some bad stories as well, I'm afraid. What are some of the worst gigs you've played and how did you overcome them?
Okay, I think if we talk Sean, I think most of our gigs were bad.
Yes.
We've played in places where there's been nobody, literally. We've played at places where we really sucked. We've played at places where they actually asked us once to climb off stage. We've played at places where they said, if you hear me sing again, they're never going to come listen to the band. And overcoming it is, not everybody's going to like you, that's for sure. If there's 100 people, if 10 like you, that's great odds. And we focus on the 10, let them scream and shout. And as we're going along, more and more people are liking us, and more people are actually asking to play in the band. I mean, 2 weeks ago, there was a guy that actually might end up playing, was begging, "Hey, where can I play in your band? Where can I be there?" And we actually had to have a talk as a band. We're going to let this guy play a little bit tonight and stuff. So, and the crowd is saying, I'm getting responses that people like my singing, actually. Some people like my guitar playing, and I always think I suck at it. And the songs are doing quite well. Just looking for a good drummer and bassist now. No, guys, joke.
I think
Can't
just
have
to
my
add,
hat.
Yeah, they have to have hats.
I mean, we played some really dingy. I mean, if you can picture the dingiest bars, we've probably played most of them or similar to them. I mean, there's been where I remember the one there was no roof over the toilets.
Yes,
the electrical faults were shocking us. It was like I was kind of health and safety would love this, but I think whenever there's any adversity, we don't really care too much. It just becomes another band practice, if anything.
Yes.
If no one likes us or no one listens, it's like, okay, well, let's just see how we play the songs, and then if something we can try that we haven't tried before, we'll do it. And these people must just listen and wait.
Oh man. And when it comes to showtime, how do you guys psych yourselves up? And then afterwards, how do you wind down? Or can you tell us about winding down?
Winding down is maybe the next day.
I think.
John psychs up the night before. He's like, we're going to gig. Then he comes to the gig, he has 3 beers. Then we put a tap on that because otherwise it's really going to be out of rhythm. Andre is just going through his head, I'm sure. With me, I'm quite confident already, and psyched up is we really do love the songs, and it's hyped up already. So coming down after a gig, I think it's quite easy, especially if it's a bad gig. It's like, okay, that wasn't great and stuff. With Sean and I've had plenty of trips home with that, but we've also had great gigs, and then we must enjoy it while it's there and stuff like that. Hopefully, we're gonna have a lot more great gigs, and it looks like we are. And coming down afterwards, we actually don't want to just keep it there.
Yeah, I was going to say, normally we smash a few beers, and then I think old age more than anything has like led to the quick kind of come down. It's like, oh, is that time? It's bedtime. I got to work in the
It's
morning.
like,
man.
it's 9 o'clock now.
Yeah,
It's 9
the office
p.m.
is calling.
Yeah, exactly. I think it used to be to get hyped up. It used to be Jaeger bombs. Charlie, were you in the Jaeger bomb
bombs.
thing?
We did anything.
I remember
Jaeger
with other
bombs,
bands
we
I've
played
played
a
with,
few
like
of those.
Jaeger bombs. Just smash a few of those, and then it's also
Remember
probably
when
why I
we-
don't play slowly.
Remember we played in
Probably.
Mississippi, when we played in Mississippi blues, for example, I was there, my mates were there, and I asked for some tequila because I had laryngitis as well. Then another mate came and said, he wants to drink. He said, no, I've already had 3 tequilas. Oh, he said, oh, you want those 3 tequilas? So I had 6 tequilas within about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Then we had 2 beers, and then we climbed up the stage. And in that video, I'm very red in the face the whole time. And Sean could still beat the drum faster than what I could play.
Oh, lovely, lovely. And before we dive into the last couple of questions, then, future plans. I know there's a 3rd album on the way. What can you share with us?
All right, so future plans, and the very next one is the second album is going to be released in December, the first Friday in December. Next year, he's a plan for another album, which you can see the budget and any sponsors that will come our way. The very next thing is to get a fully-fledged show to a level that we can approach big outdoor concerts, we can, festivals, etc. And we can really change the type of gigs we're going to do. So that's the immediate future. The next year is really implemented all of that, and we'll take it from there. At the moment, we try to do a lot of promos. I've done a few radio interviews. We've had some airplay on the local radio stations. And if we can come a bit more of a local household name, that will also go a long way to, if we're doing a gig, at least somebody will know us and actually come to watch us and not just happen to be there.
Yeah, true. Would you be open to playing overseas?
We are if the beer's there.
Yeah.
If we play overseas, I want my beer ratio to go up to 4 beers a gig.
Yeah. So
pay for your air ticket, Andre. We'll do the beers.
So unfortunately for us, we all have daytime work. So gigging, especially with it's over a period of a week or 2, is something we have to plan quite well for. But definitely, we wouldn't mind gigging overseas. And I'm talking on behalf of the guys. Maybe they don't want to.
No, I'm in. I'm definitely in.
Sure, I know you'll be.
I'll make time.
Right, we'll dive into the last couple. So there are a couple of fun random ones. First off, besides music and the band, what are you guys currently obsessed with?
Right, Sean, you can go first.
No, that's a really good question. It's
Right,
I've got a really boring answer.
Yeah.
Leadership. I lecture at a business school, so like at the moment I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff around leadership, and it's really interesting stuff. So I've kind of been really sucked into a wormhole around leadership theory. So there you go.
Right. Interesting.
Better than drugs, Mom. Now you go, Charlie.
Sean, my life is full. There's scuba diving, there's 4x40 outdoor life, there's photography, and of course the band. So yeah, I spend quite a bit deal outdoors. Sean also, by the way, enjoys hiking, being outdoors, and I've been in South Africa. There's plenty of venues, and we have for myself, I have fully kitted 4x4 vehicles, and I can go into the bush for 5 days and be self-sustained and look at the wildlife and enjoy that kind of thing away from the band. I do miss them. Sean eventually cries. Even his wife knows. Even his wife knows he loves me more than he loves her. She told me that once, but I didn't argue.
And Andre, what about you? What are you obsessed with?
What am I obsessed with? All the wrong things in life, I think. Trying to let go and live a little and enjoy life, and that's why I really enjoy playing with Charlie and them, because it's as I say, it's a fun, really fun experience. I play with a couple of other bands where it feels very serious, and it takes a bit of the fun out of the playing and the music. And the main reason I play music is to relax and enjoy myself. So that's why I dig it with Charlie and them. But being obsessed with stuff at the moment, I don't really think of anything that I'm really obsessed with, My dogs. I'm obsessed with
That's
my dogs.
quite cool.
I love them
That's
to
quite
pieces.
cool.
Yeah.
That's quite cool.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. The next one, it's a bit odd. If you had to spend 24 hours locked in a room with any musician from history, who would it be?
I know you did.
That's
The Spice
All right.
Girls.
Wait.
so,
For me,
I
Spice
knew
Girls,
you were
Spice
going to
Girls.
say that.
It's the
Like,
hat,
you're on the
eh?
brain now. I'm just going to go with Spice Girls.
All right,
Why
Andre,
not?
you first. Sean, what you do for 24 hours there?
Well,
That's fine. It's fine. It's
I'm
fine.
not gonna-
He'd come out very tired.
yeah. Camel pack. I'm going in. The 24 hours is fine.
Charlie?
Andre? Okay, for me, I mean, somebody like Jack Johnson, I could spend to see what he wrote because he's quite cool, quite laid back about his music. Obviously, people like Bob Dylan would be great to talk to and see where he comes and how he does his music and that. But Jack Johnson, I think, would be more my kind of vibe, laid back, beachy, and also great songs and writing. And that's how I would speak to you about that and go through and see his rhythms and stuff like that. So that's what I would do.
Good one. Good one. And Andra?
Like I said, Tom Waits. I mean, I've just recently been researching him again, and the way he would record stuff. You guys would come in with their top tier instruments, and he'd say, no, you must play this banjo. And it's a buggered up, broken thing. And the musicians are looking at it going, you really want me to play on this? But he coaxes them into playing on it, and he brings out, for me, what I think is really fantastic music. So, yeah, I would spend 24 hours with Tom Waits and just have a jaw.
It's another good one. Another good one. And the final question, what's your go-to album? An album you constantly revisit?
All right. You talk to me first. All right. Nirvana Unplugged is one of my favorites all times. Had a big impact. And also Neil Young Unplugged, I enjoyed. I was introduced to that because I wasn't aware of it, even though it's been around for a long time. I really enjoyed those two albums. And then another one was Golden Earring, The Naked Truth Unplugged. I really enjoyed those. Sean liked the drummer. Remember Sean? Yeah, those would be my go-to albums for sure.
I like it. I like it.
Sean, Spice Girls.
I'm trying to even think of a Spice Girls song, and nothing's coming to me. Spice up your life. So a bit of a random one for me. Look, there's always there's bands that I would, Pearl Jam, anything, the Editors, anything. But the one record or the one album that I love, kind of just sitting and listening to the whole thing, kind of end to end, is the Screaming Jets' Tear of Thought. They're an Australian kind of rock band. Probably one of the hardest working Australian bands that should have been way more famous than they are. But it's just one of those albums. It's every song to me is like, oh, it's magic. So that's kind of, that's always, I can listen to that all afternoon, one song after another, no skipping, no random, no nothing, just put it on and play.
What's nice? I know Sean for 20 something years, and I learn something new about him every day.
Oh, and Andra?
Oh, the album that always springs to mind for me that I could sing from the first lyric right through the last lyric. I used to do it while walking away when I was younger from school to home and stuff. Pink Floyd, Final Cut. That for me is just a masterpiece album. And then Pros and Cons of Hitchhiking, any Iron Maiden album. Yeah, there's so many. There's just a plethora of music out there that's just amazing for me. But the one that stands out the most is definitely Pink Floyd, Final Cut. Really, I dig it.
I like it. I like it. Listen, guys, this has been an absolute blast now. Thanks a million.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sean, you guys, Andre, keep well. No practice this
guys.
weekend. Vocals. Cheers, Brian, eh?
guys. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. And if you're interested in signing up to Band Builder Academy, use the link in the show notes below and enter the code CONCERTS and you'll receive 10% off. So, until next time, keep rocking. Hey, what are you guys still doing here? The show's over. It's over. You can go home. Go on. We'll see you next time. We'll be here. Bye.